What's up, everybody? This is Matt, and that's Dan over there, and this is the first episode of Game Punch Live. So we used to do this thing. We've tried several of these before. We've done. Dan, you and Dave used to do what was it called that you guys used to do?
It was the Weekly Gamer.
The Weekly Gamer. You guys used to do that, and then earlier this year, I think we did Game Punch Weekly there for a while, which is a pre-recorded thing, and we wanted to try this again. Basically, just me and Dan going to talk gaming news from the week and what we've been playing, which this week is actually for a while it may only be one thing, but we will get to that. This thing is gonna get we'll get better as we go along. We'll have musical intros and we'll have all kinds of stuff. But for now,
yes, we don't even know we're gonna
musical guests. Okay, I don't know who you got lined up, but
we got a bunch of people lined up already. I know a guy who plays guitar next to me in the apartment. I'm gonna have him on.
Wow.
Okay, that's wrong. We're not going to do that.
Is he a gamer? Nah, but I thought he'd just come on and just play guitar anyway.
I thought we'd have musical guests just because.
That works. That works. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We've got a few things to talk about this week. This week was actually a good week to start this because I think it was on like Thursday morning. I was even thinking, oh gosh, there's not really been a lot of news this week, and then everything just blew up on Thursday all at once. So the first thing we will talk about. On Thursday, they announced, Sony announced the PS4 Slim and the PS4 Pro, which by now everybody knows pretty much everything about this. Woo, that's a bright screen. Let me try to turn that down just a little bit.
You're going to be all right, bro. It's going to be okay.
That's a little bit better. So we'll just run down a few specs, but everybody, like I said, pretty much knows everything about this at this point. The PS4 Slim, it's slimmer, it's lighter, it uses less power. There's a 500 gig hard drive. It costs $299 and is going to be available September 15th. Now, from what I understand, it's not going to be really any different than the current PS4. It's just smaller. It's like the Xbox One S in that it's just smaller.
Yep. It's if you have a PS4, don't worry about it.
Exactly. Yeah, if you have a PS4, there's not really much point in getting this. I don't think. The bigger, but if you don't and you're looking for one, Opie, I know you're watching. You need a PS4. This one would be a good choice for you. The other one though, that's where the real story was, the PS4 Pro, which up until Thursday, everybody was referring to it as the PS4 Neo. But this is basically the 4K version of the PS4. So $399, available November 10th. It supports 4K and HDR, which is the high dynamic range, which gives you better contrast and colors and things like that. But you have to have an HDR-compatible TV, which I don't really know how many people have right now. I don't have one.
There's no point, I don't think, in getting it. And I don't see any point in it. If I'm not mistaken, when Xboxes come out next year, it supposedly has a little bit more power than this.
6 teraflops, Dan, in the Xbox One in the Scorpio versus 4.2 teraflops.
And nobody even cares about flop.
I don't even know what a teraflop is, but all I know is
what teraflops flop, because nobody has any HD TVs or super HD 4K TVs. Everything is converting up. It's not a true 4K product.
Wait. Hold on, wait. There's everybody. I just bought a 4K TV.
And you do?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the conversion of the video that's coming through. The video is not going to be built on 4K.
Oh, right. The games don't run natively in 4K.
Correct. They're being converted up to the 4K, so it doesn't hit the machine that hard because it's very heavy on the machine if you have it run at the 4K level. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It may become something in a couple of years, but that's cool that they're preparing for it. I don't see any point in getting one. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be like Debbie Downer here, but they just want you to buy more hardware for no reason. There's also a firmware update coming to the other PS4s already that will allow you to play and view, or at least watch 4K content on your PS4 now. So
Yeah,
why get a another $400 machine? I don't know.
because of the teraflops, Dan. It has more teraflops.
Well, you can have my teraflops. I'll allow you to tear my flop. And
Whoa.
I don't care about teraflops. I'm not going to buy the new Xbox when it comes out. The sad thing is I play most of my games on PC, so this doesn't really affect me in any way. I mean, it's cool that they're doing it. Maybe they're preparing for later on, but right now the TVs are way too expensive. Then you want to drop another $400 on a new PlayStation. If you've already got one, you'll need to do it again. And then it's not true 4K gaming. It's an uptick, a conversion to 4K.
So that's the thing is like I was thinking, okay, yeah, 4K and that sounds good, but the games aren't running in 4K. I mean, it's the current games. I mean, so most games right now aren't even utilizing HDR, so everything's basically upscaled from what I understand for now. I mean, in the future, I'm sure they'll, it's on a game by game basis. Everything has to be able to utilize this,
Right.
and it's not doing it yet. I mean, I'm pretty excited for it, but let's see, available November 10th, so it's going to beat the Scorpio by like a year,
Yeah.
roughly.
But that's probably why they're losing their teraflops to. I don't know why we're discussing teraflops. I don't even know what a teraflop is. Don't care what a teraflop is. And it's not even the major concern of the GPU. I guess in console wars it is, because that seems to be the hot word right now. But I don't know. I don't see a point in this. If you're not a PlayStation owner right now and are still getting one,
So
get the bigger one because it's better. It's
Yeah.
got processors. It's going to run better.
Well, yeah. So it has double the GPU of the current PS4, and so real quick, we're doing this live. So we have we should have mentioned this at the top of the show. We're doing this live on Twitch, YouTube, and Beam. So it's twitch.tv, youtube.com, and beam.pro. All of those /nerdpunch. So we're doing this live. So we've so you can chime in as you want to, and we've got our buddies. John Bell, Big Lou, Opie's with us, and John made a point that it's also to help support PSVR, which PSVR will run on the current gen PS4s, but I'm sure it would run better on the PS4 Pro.
Hold on, Matt.
What are you doing?
I have no idea what I just actually.
The voices in my head are talking again.
No. Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh. Dan's
I
got a
typed in
virus.
a wrong page, and all of a sudden now I can't get off of the stupid thing.
Oh, that sounds.
God, shut up.
That sounds
Shut up.
creepy.
Oh my gosh. All right, I gotta close my browser.
Yeah, close the whole thing.
Oh my goodness, this is killing me. Oh my goodness. Don't go to the wrong web page, accidentally type in YouTube wrong. Dear Lord. All right, are we still going?
Yeah.
All right. Anything interesting come up besides me crashing out?
Well, I was gonna go through some of the videos they showed, but holy crap, that was scary, Dan. I started hearing things, and
It just wouldn't close the page. It kept virus.
dude,
Like, what the frick is going on?
I haven't gotten anything bad like that. But when I go to Icy Veins,
Yeah.
I always spell ICEY accidentally, and that goes crazy. It takes you to some weird thing. If I go to Co Carnage on Twitch, if I went to coalition.com, but I typed it in wrong, and it takes you to somewhere crazy. So I mean, you got to be careful.
Well, it was just typed in YouTube wrong on accident. It was OYU or something like that. And took me to some crazy page that I had to completely shut down Chrome. Then it still didn't close down. Oh, good. A commercial. Awesome. That's super cool. Let's go ahead and close that. Anyways, so it took me I closed Chrome. It still wouldn't close that window. So I had to go into Task Manager and shut it completely down to get out of that window. Okay, we're live.
Yeah,
We're doing it live.
that happened. That's what happens. We didn't have those kinds of problems when we used to do Game Punch Weekly that was pre-recorded because I cut all that garbage out. But now you guys are seeing our... Opie says put in a ticket, and as soon as you do, put in another one because that makes it go faster.
Exactly, because the more tickets, the better. That's
right. That's right. So a couple more things about the PS4 Pro, and then I wanted to show a couple of the trailers they showed because there's something else about this presentation that I wanted to talk about. But real quick, 1 terabyte hard drive, like I said, double the GPU. There's no 4K Blu-ray drive, which I don't really care too much about, I guess, because...
I know, but Sony's the one that brought out the Blu-ray and pushed it so hard, and now they don't give you a Blu-ray drive.
No. There's no 4K Blu-ray drive.
Well, still.
My question is, are there any 4K Blu-rays yet?
I don't know.
I mean, maybe it's not... I don't think it's a big deal. It's, I guess, by not having that, it's not very future-proof.
Right.
But I don't know. Lou in the YouTube chat is talking about it. The Xbox Scorpio is rumored to have a GTX 1070. That's cool, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. It's hard to get. Let's dial it back for a second. It's hard to get excited about this kind of stuff because me and you and Opie and everybody in the Nerd Punch crew, we all do PC gaming.
Yeah.
So, we have the consoles as well, and I love the PS4. I mean, Uncharted is my favorite series of all time. I like it, but most everything we do is on PC, so I just don't get as excited anymore about these console announcements because it's like, okay, well, that's awesome. The Scorpio or the Xbox One, whatever, that's cool, but... do these games come out on PC, and if so, I'm going to play it that way. Unless it's like the Batman Arkham Knight debacle where it wouldn't run on PC, I got it on PlayStation. But other than that, I don't get too excited, so maybe we're not the right guys to even be talking about this. But, but it's cool at the same time. But yeah, I'm not going to go out and get any of these at any point in time. I might get the Pro when it comes down. I don't know. I mean, if there's something exclusive to the Pro that I can't get on PC. Maybe when Uncharted 5 comes out, because yes, they need to do that. Mm-hmm. But real quick, let's show a couple of the games because that was the other big. Oops, I already had that tab open. That was the other big thing about this. Oh, awesome! Hey, let's play an ad real quick and let me see if I can stall for another 12, 11, 10.
Hold on, just keep talking.
9 seconds.
Teraflops are really important.
Teraflops, people. There's not as many.
Floppage.
Right, but the other big thing about this big event was the games, and let me show this. It's not much, but
do it.
And let me mute that. So this is a scene from the new Spider-Man game, which I'm completely crazy for. Now the 4K-ness isn't going to come through, and because it's being streamed and it's captured and all this stuff, but I mean, look at that. You can see all the detail in his costume there. That looks pretty cool. But that was the only thing they showed of that. They showed For Honor, which this game looks alright, I suppose. The one thing I want to show though,
I think this game looks awesome.
It looks alright.
Multiplayer. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, they showed a lot. They were touting the HDR-ness using video of Days Gone. They were showing all the lighting and the colors and things like that, which I think that looks pretty cool. And again, this isn't going to look super good streamed and restreamed and all that stuff. But
double stream with triple streams.
Yeah, you can't triple stream a double stream.
You can't.
But I mean, I'm excited for this game. Which I think this game looks fantastic. This is the type. This is what I get excited about. Like, this is my type of game right here. But okay, so that was that. We got to see more gameplay of Horizon Zero Dawn, which is my number one most anticipated
number one, folks,
from coming out next year so far. Let's skip ahead just a little bit. I mean, this thing looks... okay, rope burn, for one. Can we just agree that rope burn looks painful? Because she's not using anything on her head,
It's true.
But we got to see some more of this. So apparently there's some verticality in the game that we didn't know about before. She's sliding down rope. She's going to climb up this big dinosaur-looking thing. So this, for me, is very Uncharted-y, Tomb Raider-y, and those are my kinds of games. So even though this might look a little bit... This part might look a little familiar, I'm all about this in this kind of game, and I didn't think that this game had this type of thing in it. So I'm totally... Oh, it's right here. She jumps up on the head, and then she's going to, like, hack the big robot dinosaur-looking thing.
Oh, nice.
Have you seen this, Dan?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you haven't seen this?
No. I'm watching... I don't know. I'm not... Don't hate me, but not a fan of the... Hey, I'm going to climb up this wall, and I'll show you the ledges I need to go to each time I climb up, and then I'm going to do the same thing over here, and that makes the game really cool and traversable and stuff like that. I don't get that. That just seems... I don't know. I'm not a fan of it.
See, that's my absolute type of game right there. The only thing that looked a little bit weird that I hope they iron out, let me see if I can find it, is when she climbs up right here. She's going to the cliff. Okay, yeah. It's right here after she kills this thing.
Kill that thing.
It's like she's not going to make this jump, but by video game magic, that jump is where she's supposed to be. So you can tell it kind of like she's a little bit too far away from that, but it kind of thrusts her into that. And that happens in Uncharted 2 or Uncharted also, where you're not going to make a jump.
Yeah. Because
it's too far away, but then because that's where you're supposed to go, it just kind of glitches you like a foot to the left to reach that ledge. I love
these robot dinosaurs had the little platformies already set up for her.
Yeah.
Amazing how that was just convenient.
Well, it's very convenient that they're yellow too, so you know exactly where to go.
Which ones to jump on, right? Exactly.
Uncharted's kind of the same way, where you're scaling this mountain, but luckily every ledge you have to grab is a little bit lighter shade of gray or brown than the rest of the mountain.
Weird how they do that.
And they all have, and in Uncharted 4, they all have these scratches. It's like, oh, the one with the scratches where I need to go. But shut up, Dan. This is a cool game. You don't even know.
My bad. I love it. It's amazing. I actually like this game. I don't know if I like it as much now, but I like it.
Whatever. Oh, hey, look, another ad. This is an ad for Legion. Okay, we can let this run for a minute.
Hey, that's the game right there.
That is a video game.
That's what we'll talk about here in a minute.
Yep.
Matter of fact, we've been spending too much time with PlayStation. So PlayStation, get one if you don't have one yet. It'd be nice to get the $400 one if you want it. I don't think it's worth it, but again, in a few years, it'll probably be worth it. Not right now. But
the only other thing I was going to show, and I don't know where it decided to go to. There we go. Just Mass Effect Andromeda.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited for this one or not?
Yeah, I never played any of the Mass Effects. You can pull my gamer card.
I didn't either.
I played the first one. It wasn't very good. They said the second one fixed it. Third one had the terrible ending, but I guess they fixed it with DLC. This one's supposed to be a more open world where you're traveling to multiple planets. So a big open world, a la Star Citizen or No Man's Sky kind of thing, but with more interaction on the planets and questing and things like that. So I don't know. I don't know. The games are getting bigger worlds and things like that, and that's cool. But I wish they'd put some co-op in there or start putting more people in it instead of just one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. I was never big on Mass Effect either, but we haven't seen this much gameplay from Andromeda until this, and this is what I was trying to get to for like the last 15 minutes. But so my bad. But this is the most gameplay we've seen from it, and I kind of think this looks pretty cool. And I don't think you really have to play the other three to play this, so I might check this out. I like the look of all this.
I'll play this too. I'll try it out.
I like the look of all this, but so PlayStation 4, it's a thing. Some people are excited about it. We're not really. And,
I mean, it's cool. That's nice. They're doing something that's it's mainly all this is being pushed for new hardware is for VR, which is in my standard is a gimmick. Until they come out with something that's
shots fired.
Amazing. Yeah, I don't. Right now, everything's a gimmick in it, and there's nothing that's that mind blowing that it's amazing. I've messed with the sets for what is Oculus and things like that. So nothing that's crazy amazing for me, anyways. So I think that's why the whole new hardware thing's being pushed. You have 4K and VR. I think VR is a fad. 4K is probably here to stay. It'll continue to increase and increase and increase
until 8K. Ooh.
Right, and then 16K, and then 32K. We'll all have to buy all new stuff again.
We'll have to get new eyeballs.
So, anyways, get it if you don't have one. That's cool. They have a new system coming out for you to get one. We beat this. It's a dead horse. Let's go on. Let's move on. Let's move on to what's next, which is Nintendo coming to the iPhone, which is really, really kind of cool. You have this new game. Miyamoto came out on the stage for the iOS press conference where Apple talked about how awesome they are. And he came out.
Apple talked about how awesome they are. So, like every Apple conference ever.
Right. So, what you get is Super Mario Run on the iOS. And they've said that Zelda and a couple other titles will be coming to this as well, which is kind of cool. I think, and it's even said in the article that they're doing this because of the big Pokemon Go and how big of how much money it made and how just big of a presence it was on the iOSs or on any mobile device. And they're like, yeah, we've got to grab that market. So they made Super Mario Run, as you can see in the picture here. It's just a left to right run game. Mario's going to automatically run. Your job is to move through. You just tap anywhere on the screen, and he'll jump. And the longer you hold the jump, the longer he'll stay in the air, and you can get combos and earn more points and, things like that. As the levels get harder, there's things that will reverse your direction, and you'll need to reverse it back. And your whole goal is just to go through and get coins. There are 3 different versions. There wasn't much difference between them. I mean, you have a single player, you have a mode where you can pick a friend in the phone and play against that person, or I don't know. It just seems like the same thing as like Jetpack Joyride or something like that, where you're just comparing high scores. It didn't seem like the modes were that intensive, with each other, or that important. It was just, hey, I'm challenging Matt, and I'm going to put my high score against his high score and see how we do, or something like that, But there's not much out about it. It comes out in December this year. And I'm probably going to end up getting it because it's Mario. And that's all there is to it. They don't have a price for it yet, but that's all right.
Opie on YouTube says Flappy Mario.
Flappy Mario. It's going to be super hard.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get this. I was a little bit disappointed. I saw Miyamoto come out saying, oh, sweet, Mario on iOS, but then it's kind of like an endless runner. It's not really an endless runner, but it's like he's running and you just have to tap to make him jump. And I know their whole point was you can play it with one hand, but I was kind of thinking about turning my 6 Plus sideways and having little joysticks and buttons and having like a traditional Mario thing. But this is cool too.
I hate the games that have a joystick on the screen.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I'm playing Grumpy Dan tonight, so I was like, I hate everything. Although Lou, gimmick like 3D TV, yes. See, Lou agrees with me about the VR, and then John Bell. They're already starting the 8K push. We've already started it. Make sure you get 8K everything, everybody.
Skip 4K. But Super Mario Run. I'm kind of excited for this. I like the sound, or I like the idea of customizing your own Mushroom Kingdom, which they haven't really come out with much information about that yet. But I like the idea, the Toad challenge. You can play other people like you were talking about, and you get more Toads in your village, and that lets you do stuff, and that's pretty cool. I mean, so yeah, I'm excited for this. It wasn't exactly what I was hoping for, but it's fine.
It'll be fun.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah,
I approve.
I think it looks fun, and therefore I shall own it. Now the price point isn't there. If they do like Square Enix does with all their Final Fantasy games, like $15 a pop. But hopefully they won't go that price point. Hopefully it'll be cheaper than that. But we'll have to wait. And see.
But you know what? I'd still pay that much for it though.
I'd totally do it as well.
I totally would. So that's that. I wanted to mention real quick. The Dreamcast turned 17 years old.
Never heard of it. Was
on Friday. What?
I've never heard of it. Was it a game system? I don't know what it is.
It was one of my favorite game systems of all time, Daniel.
Actually, the best game on Dreamcast was Virtua Tennis.
Yes.
That game was pretty awesome. I don't know if any of you guys played it, but it was super, super cool. They had challenge modes before you go on to different countries and play tennis and stuff. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't really big news, but I just wanted to mention it because it's 17 years old. 2 days ago, it was 17 years old, and I freaking love this system. And I actually found it the other day. I still have it. I kind of feel like it's a little bit ahead of its time, or it was a little bit ahead of its time with the online play and the little card in the controller. Which didn't really work very well, but the idea was there. So this is on Techno Buffalo. We'll have links to all this stuff in the description.
Lou says now virtue of fishing is the big thing.
Yeah,
we fake fishing. And this Obi Lawson wants us to talk about Titanfall 2. Sorry, we don't talk about games like that from big publishers. I mean, really.
Why?
Anyways, on to Blizzard. So, there's nothing really to talk about Titanfall 2. It's coming out. We've not played any of it.
I haven't played it. I didn't play the multiplayer beta, but I'm into it. I mean,
it has a single player campaign this time.
Yeah.
In giant robots, probably in the snow, which will really make this Lawson guy really happy.
Giant robots in the snow are fantastic. But yeah, the Dreamcast turned 17. It was an awesome system. I'd still have mine. I want to hook mine up and stream some Dreamcast games for a little retro gaming at some point. But
well, you got your capture card.
Mm-hmm. I can do that. I mean, Sonic, Crazy Taxi, Skies of Arcadia, Jet Set Radio, all this good stuff. Freaking Power Stone and Power Stone 2. I mean, those games were really cool.
That weird fish game where you grew a man baby.
Yeah, Sea Man.
Yes, Sea.
That's what it was called. Don't
I know. Oh wow! Didn't it have like a little it had the adapter so you could put like the screen in the controller and like talk to your fish or something like that? I don't know.
I don't remember how it worked, but yeah, you're talking about the little cord that went in the control. And the crazy thing was the cord. I used to think that the cord coming out of the bottom of the controller was crazy, and then you had to wind it back around and clip it to a thing. I always thought that was gimmicky, but whatever.
Oh, I was not a Dreamcast guy, but I did play virtual tennis with Matt.
Yeah, virtual tennis was good. I love the Dreamcast, and just wanted to pay it some respect. So the last thing, the last bit of news, and I don't know, I can't really talk about this much. Can you, Dan? Have you used this yet?
The app. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So the Legion app, the World of Warcraft Legion app. So this is a thing that came out. Thank you, Blizzard. Ooh, have you got it? Hold on, let me go back.
Okay, so that's showing. That's actually notifications of my Jigama thingies.
It's a black screen right now.
Yeah, it's
that's awesome.
Well, those are notifications of missions being complete because I have the app, and I finished a bunch of missions. So here, let me open it up here. It's gonna make me mad because it's gonna have notifications like that. It's gonna tick me off. And right now we're setting a screen that says connecting. You heard that sound?
I did hear that. Did you complete a mission just now?
Let's go in progress. So here's kind of the app. I don't know if you want to show it or not.
Oh, yeah. Let me flop back over.
So that's just showing missions that are available.
Oh, move it to your right. We can't see it. There you go. The other way. You're right. There you go.
Is that there you go.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
There you are. There it is. There's the app. So that's just showing missions that are in progress of finishing up, and then others. Now you can go ahead and reclaim. You can go back to the other screen.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and tap to complete these before you get into the game. Oh, there you go.
Wow, you are raking in the gold.
I am. Let's put that on mute. So I did not get the bonus for that one, which is okay. But I got 2 missions completed, and I'll be able to start new ones without having to go back into the game to do it. And I can, I can recruit more of just the regular soldier guys as I need them here in the app, so I don't have to wait to get back in the game to be able to recruit the people I need. So there's soldiers, you get troops, you have your heroes that you get when you recruit, and then there's like troops, and then you can get these in bulk in sets, and they go out with your heroes to finish stuff off. You have to keep getting them because they only have so much stamina, and after 2 or 3 missions they're gone. So you have to keep rehiring them and bringing them back in, and it's easier to do it this way instead of having to wait for the game to do it, because they take 30 minutes to build, and then they finally come into the game, and you have to go collect them. This makes it a little bit simpler because you can collect them here. You can go ahead and start building them here. You can send everybody out on missions here. You can see all the missions that are available to you. You can look at your upgrades to your order hall here on the phone and do the next upgrade that you want to do. Let's see what else. It shows all your players. It shows the world map, which shows. So that's the cool part. You know, the world map. Once you open up like daily, the region quests, it will show that on the app as well, and you'll be able to just go to it, and you can read on each one to see what's coming up at the end of the day, what you want to do when you get home, see the ones that are available to you. So pretty cool stuff. I like it. I mean, it kind of takes away the monotony or the terribleness that was the
tediousness of like your garrisons and having to do all
to
that
go
stuff.
back and get everybody, send them back out, do all this crap that you didn't really want to do. There's no real gameplay there. It's a time sink. That's all it was. Now you can time sync in your phone while you're at work. And it makes things so much easier. So in the game, you have less things to worry about because you're managing all your stuff for your order hall and for your followers all through your phone. And it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I just got my first champion, and sent her off on one mission, and so you can't use it until you have a champion, and I just got one and completed the mission in the app, but I didn't really know what I was doing yet, so I haven't really got a chance to play with it, but I just kind of thought it was cool that Blizzard released that. Hey, what's up, Meow Maniac on Twitch? How's it going, man? I just kind of thought it was cool that Blizzard put this out because they have the Armory app. We've all had that for several years, and that's cool just to see stuff. But this lets you interact with the game in a way, and I kind of thought that was really cool.
Yep, I totally dig
that you can interact with the game while you're not playing the game.
Well, the Armory app, you can interact with the game as well because you can search for and I think make purchases through the auction house on there.
Oh.
I think you can make purchases. I may be wrong on that, but I know you can at least look at the live auctions that are happening on your server to see what's up for sale. If you're kind of a person that plays the auction house really well,
which I haven't done. I haven't done anything with the auction house like in forever.
Yeah.
So I just don't really know if there's much point into it anymore. So let's put a pin in that for 2 seconds and just say that that's kind of all the news we wanted to cover this week. But as we're going to do each week on the show after we talk about some news and things like that, Opie says you can do guild chat too, which is cool. But we all work during the day, so none of us are playing during the day, so we can't really utilize that. But it's cool. Sure. But so what we want to do once we're done with news, we just want to talk about some of the games we've been playing. And so, like I said earlier, for a while, it's probably only gonna be one thing that we talk about each week, and that is World of Warcraft Legion.
Hello Kitty Online.
And that weird and Seaman on the Dreamcast. Because I started playing that again when I found my Dreamcast. So pretty much me and Dan and the entire Nerd Punch crew has been playing for the last week and a half. Yeah.
Because we were gone for Dragon Con.
Yeah, we were gone for Dragon Con. But we've completely sunk ourselves in the World of Warcraft Legion. And I got to say, I'm not as huge into WoW as you guys are, but I am just smitten with Legion. I friggin' love it. I played a lot of vanilla WoW and then peppered myself through some of the expansions. Didn't even play Cataclysm, barely played Pandaria, played some of Draenor, did a little Burning Crusade. But this expansion, I think, is phenomenal. I think it's the best one that they've released yet. I love all the new lore stuff, and I love how you can have different play experiences with different characters of different classes, because before you would have alts and you would run them through one line of quests and you grab your alt and run them through the same line, and it was just over and over and over. And that's what I never understood, like how you guys can have so many 100s. It's like, don't you get bored of the same thing? Oh wait, you don't, because you play Diablo anyway. Shots fired. But this gives you a different play experience with each different class that you have, and I think that is fantastic. And even with different specs and stuff like that, that's incredible. The dungeons are cool, the mobs are awesome, the new animations are fun, the class halls are great. I mean, I love this thing. Like, I hate that I didn't play today, but all I want to do is play it like all the time. I'm sure I'll get burnt out on it, but for now, I love it. Dan, what do you think?
Yeah, it's okay.
All right. So anyway, we thank you guys for watching.
I thought it was interesting. I don't know. It's whatever. Of course I like it. It's World of Warcraft. I always enjoy playing the Blizzard games. So this would probably way better than Draenor. Again, it's only been 2 weeks it's been out,
Right.
so I've been able to get a character to 110 and finish the majority of the zones, which have great storylines through them. There's enough split up in the questing so it doesn't feel like a grind. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing more I can say. It's got great questing for your professions, to your character, to your which spec in your character you want to be, that you'll get to enjoy and play, that are totally your thing. And then all the zones have great storylines, from like as Azuna having kind of a redemption story, to High Mountain having getting the clans back together, to Stormheim, which is crazy. I don't even know Norse mythology, so I don't even want to try that one, but it was super crazy. So yeah, I mean, there's just a bunch of cool stuff. The dungeons are really fun so far. Yeah, I've got nothing bad to say about it.
Oh no, yeah. I mean,
Yeah. I don't know. I can just sit here and praise on it more, but I mean, it's just, yeah, we're really enjoying it. Have a good time with it. I've played WoW for many years, and I will continue playing it. You know,
yeah.
we're good.
I mean, the artifact weapons, I didn't even mention that. I mean, it's the whole new take on getting weapons. You don't have to get weapons anymore. You just level up the one weapon, and it's, I think OP said that they kind of snuck in the old talent tree back in the form of how you spec out your artifact weapon, and you can get different artifact weapons for your different specs. And I mean, but what's really hit it for me is like last night we were playing, and I was running through Stormheim, and the story that you go through, like I was in this airship that got shot out of the sky and it broke in half, and part of it was here, and I had to go search the wreckage for stuff, and the other half was over in a cave, and I had to go through there and do a thing, and then I mean, it was just insane, and it was just so much fun. I wish it looked like a current gen game. I mean, it still looks like a last gen game, but it doesn't. That doesn't take anything away from my enjoyment of it, and I like that they've dumbed it down for me. I know a lot of people don't like that, because a lot of the hardcore guys say it's too easy now, but it's easier for me to pick up and play. This is by far and away my favorite WoW expansion ever.
There you go.
Do
I
you
thought
like?
Wrath was really good. Burning Crusade was really good. Wrath was probably my favorite, but if you had, these would probably be on par with each other so far. Wrath had good content all the way through, so we'll have to see. They kind of dropped the ball in the back end of Draenor by not bringing any content out for like 10 or 12 months for anything. They were just dead in the water. And it kind of killed the game for them at that time because they waited so long for that. Now they've already shown scenes of what's coming in 7.1, which is next month, which you have a
Is that when Karazhan's coming?
Yeah, that's called a mega dungeon with 9 bosses. It's not a raid, but it resets every Tuesday for you. It's supposedly really, really good. So yeah, I mean they're already pushing their new content they're working on to get out to everyone. There's going to be a 3-man raid to finish up the story of Stormheim. You'll have Karazhan and some other odd and things for Surmar. The stories are really fun. You have a whole zone 110 that I haven't even touched yet. That's supposedly great questing and super fun. And it's only for 110 characters, so you have to be 110 to get into it. But yeah, I mean. Yeah, I mean, I know we're just kind of gushing on it. So, yeah, it was super, super good, and we like it, and we're having a blast with it.
Yeah,
so.
And just real quick, too, I love that I love that we can play together whenever we want to now, regardless of level, because everything scales to your individual level. Even if you're in a party, then you can go questing with me, and I'm only on my rogue. I'm only 101, and you're 110, but we can still play together. We can still do instances together. I just love how that segregation based on level isn't there anymore.
Yep.
Which that is one of the biggest things for me too. Is it doesn't matter. We can just do whatever we want. You can go to whatever zone you want whenever you want. Doesn't matter about level. It's phenomenal. We've been playing the crap out of it since it came out, and we'll probably play nothing but that for a while. So
Take that, other games.
Yeah, take that, other games. We may have to play something else, at least for an hour a week, just so we'll have something to talk about here.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Lou over on YouTube says, do you think you would enjoy it if Blizzard brought it to current gameplay with less storylines? I think they made a good choice staying on the current game technology. So I guess he's talking about like less of a story, but prettier. And no, I would prefer, if I only had to pick one, I would stick with current appearance and graphics and more story content and varied quests and dungeons and things like that.
They're tweaking the engine every time anyways. So they have another setting above Ultra now that you can set your machine to. So they are tweaking it better and better. It still has that same feel, but that's because it's a very old engine built in 2004. So, but yeah, story above I don't think gameplay is the right thing you should say. Current gameplay of the game is fine. I enjoy the gameplay. It's the aesthetic, I guess, is the way to put it. The game engine's not as strong as some of the other MMOs that come out, but the sad thing is a lot of the new MMOs that come out are all coming from Korea, and they're all just grind fests, and then they become a paywall, and then it's a pay to win kind of thing. So there's nothing good, although they do look beautiful. But there's nothing that matches this. So
that's the thing with WoW versus every other MMO ever, whether it's a Korean MMO or like DC Universe Online or the Champions Online that we try, like all this other stuff. Like for me, it's the quests and the story. Like every other MMO is go here and kill this number of things, now go there and kill that number of things. Whereas WoW, it's go here and activate a thing and then listen to the story about this and then go get a guy's head and then bring it back to a person and then get on a dragon and bomb the army and do all this stuff. And there's story with it. And the quests are so varied in what you have to do. And I don't know why other MMOs can't get that. Like, I mean, because I am all about playing some other MMOs, but it's nothing but go here and kill 10 of these things, and then go kill 5 of those things. I mean, in the instances are the same. I just don't understand why other games can't get their brain around it like Blizzard and WoW do. You know?
I don't know. And there's not many. Well, there's not any. The only other MMO I would suggest is Final Fantasy 14.
Final Fantasy 14 was the one, my second favorite, that came the closest to this.
It's got great storyline and makes your character feel epic and everything like that. But it plays a lot more like an RPG as opposed to an MMO in most cases. But it's still a lot of fun. But yeah, anything else? No, there's not another MMO that'll match at least what WoW has done until somebody decides to come out with something that has such a robust lore. That Blizzard's coming from a great point where their lore was already built before the game was made, so they just had to carry that story on a little bit and bring all that story over, and that was about it. You know.
Yeah. There's several more coming out later this year, early next year. Ko on Twitch always talks about the 5 big MMOs he's looking forward to. So there's more coming, so we'll see how those go. But for now, it's all about WoW for us.
All about that WoW.
About that WoW. No Guild Wars.
Guild Wars.
I don't know. Guild Wars is pretty cool.
I don't know. Right.
So that's it, guys. I think we're going to wrap it up there. I don't really know how long we run these every week, but
not this long. I think we ran a little long.
Yeah, ran a little long, but that's okay. We had fun. We'll tweak it as we go along. But thanks, guys, for watching. You can catch this on youtube.com/nerdpunch. Is where the archives will be. But like I said, we'll be streaming every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on Twitch, twitch.tv/nerdpunch, youtube.com/nerdpunch, beam.pro/nerdpunch. And then outside of that, we're also on Twitter at nerdpunch, facebook.com/nerdpunch. Basically anything that's out there, put /nerdpunch on the end, and that's how you'll get to us. Except Instagram, it's a nerd_punch because some jerk has nerdpunch. But other than that, it's everything /nerdpunch, and a nerdpunch@gmail.com is where you can email us if you want to hear us talk, or if you want to suggest things we talk about. But yeah, this was fun, and we're gonna keep doing it every week. So until next week, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later. Bye. And let me click the button to turn off. See you guys.
Free spray.
Yep.